Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anthony from Negxy Concept Limited. Yeah, I'll be your host for today. So we'll be looking at some universities that are still taking offers for September 2022 intake. So I'll be running down on some of the universities and also giving you how to fast track your offers, and also how to send in your documents, how to send them, the format in which you send them, okay? So you have to, this section has to be a bit lively. And I want to thank you all for joining in. Thank you very much. You can see a lot of people are joining. Thank you for being present here today. Thank you very much. Teju Lorex Global, thank you very much. Adedemi, thank you very much for joining. Olubuki, thank you. Good afternoon. I see you. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining. Okay, so without so let's go straight to today's discussion. Okay, so we still have a lot of universities taking admissions for this particular intake, which is September intake. So we have a bit of them. So some have closed for the session, and some courses are still running in some universities. But have this in mind that some of these courses that have closed are those courses that are very, very lucrative. Those courses that are sorted out for that is the high profile courses like cybersecurity, international business, nursing, medicine, and engineering courses, social works too. Most of these courses have closed for this intake, okay? So if you are looking at the courses that are still available, that means you have to look at probably art courses, education courses too. Those, I'll run down some of these courses for you and the universities that are still open. So first on my list is the University of Bedfordshire. University of Bedfordshire is located in Luton, England. Understand? So, and they are still open, though they have different intakes for the year. So, and they also have September intake, and they have October intake. In case you missed out for September, you can actually meet up for October. And we have a lot of courses that are still open for University of Bedfordshire. So I'll run down some of these courses for you, so that if you are still interested in University of Bedfordshire, you can send in your documents so that we can process them for you. But there's a small problem with University of Bedfordshire, just that their tuition deposit is on the high side, okay? It's on the high side. Out of their total tuition fee, which is about £13,750, you're going to pay 65% of that amount, which is close to £8,000 or £8,200. So that is on the high side. But if you are still interested, Bedfordshire is one of the options for you for this September intakes. And the good part of it is that the offer comes out very quick. Once your documents are on point, once your statement of purpose is on point, once everything is on point, believe me, between 1 week, your offer should be out. 1 week, give or take 1 week, your offer should be out. And also, we help in fast tracking Bedfordshire, because they are our direct schools. They are our direct schools. We work directly with them, we communicate with them directly. So if anything is wrong, we actually talk to our reps over there so that they can actually see what they can do about it. So some of the courses that are open for September intake for the University of Bedfordshire, for BSc programs, we have acting, applied education, personal training and specific exercise instructions, early childhood studies, business management. For those of us that want to go for business management, it's probably for a BSc course, not MSc, for BSc courses. I'm still on the BSc courses, okay? Children and young people nursing, which is still open. But I think that should be for October intake and January intake, because now everything nursing in the UK has closed for this year, okay? So for MSc courses, we have a few. Just like I said earlier, it's just most of them are art courses. Take for instance, dance and professional practice, dance performance and choreography, early years education, that is pure education. If you want to go into education practice, pure education, course is still open for University of Bedfordshire. And also English literature, those people that want to study English as a language, you can also key into University of Bedfordshire. Also, information technology are also open for University of Bedfordshire. So just like I said, the only problem with Bedfordshire is their high tuition deposit, that is why most of the students actually run away from University of Bedfordshire. Okay, so the next school on my list is Anglia Ruskin University. Anglia Ruskin University is also located in England, and their tuition deposit is £4,000. I think that one is very affordable, because most of the tuition deposit now are between 2k to 5k pounds. So I think Anglia Ruskin University also can suffice if you actually want to go for September intake. Though we have a few courses that are still available, like arts and design, still available. Banking and finance with placements, that one too is available. So if you are interested in banking and finance, you can actually send in your documents so I can put in your applications for you. Business management too is still open, very much open at University of at Anglia Ruskin University. Also, we have a few business courses: business with economics, business with entrepreneurship, business with event management, business with finance, business with human resource management. Those going for HR, this is the course you're supposed to go for if you're still interested in going for this September. Business with marketing, business with tourism management. And also we have few of engineering courses left. We have civil engineering, civil and construction engineering, civil and structural engineering. Also, we have a few computer courses left, which is some of them are computer science with mobile game development, computer network. So that is for Anglia Ruskin University. So if you have probably you have a pen and paper close by, you can actually jot down some of these courses if you are interested in them, or if this is your field. Justice Kings, thank you for joining. Blessing Francis 6, thank you for joining. Dele Keodu, thank you for joining. Thank you very much for joining. And also, if you have questions, you can actually jot them down so that at the end of towards the end of this section, you can actually ask your questions and it will be attended to. So let's go back to the universities that are still open for this September intake. We have Aston University. Aston University is located in England. It's located at Birmingham in England. So if this is your choice location, you can actually key into this university and listen carefully so that if the course you are interested in going for is available, you can actually opt in for it. Accounting and finance for MSc is very much open for Aston University. Also, applied artificial intelligence is still on. So the earlier you send in your documents, the best to get you these offers. Biochemistry is still open for undergraduate programs. It is still much open. And also some of the BSc courses that are still open. We have business analytics still open for September. We have business and management. It is still much open for September. We also have business with supply chain management, business enterprise development too is open, and also a few of engineering courses like chemical engineering is still open. Automobile engineering too is still open. So these are for Aston University, and also computer science is very much open. Computer science is very much open. So if you want to study computer science at the university, at Aston University, you can actually send in your documents. So after now, I will be giving you the list of documents that you need to send in and how to send in this document, because it is not all documents that you send in that are accepted. So we need to actually streamline this document and how you're going to send them and in the format in which you're going to send them, so that once you send them, there's no this back and forth of go and bring this, go and bring that will not take place. So that is after I've given you the universities and courses that are still available, go into how to send in your document and the required documents that you're going to send in so that we can process your offers. Okay, so the next university on our list is Birmingham City University. Birmingham City University, which we are in fact we are like 5 and 6. That is our go-to university anytime, any day. So they are still open for this intake. So I'm going to give you some of the courses that are still available at Birmingham City University. Birmingham City University is located in Birmingham, and their tuition deposit is £4,000. Okay, £4,000, and their tuition fee is around £6,300. So you can see it's the bits on the lower side too. So some of these courses that are still available for Birmingham City is accountancy, very much open. Accounting and finance, accounting and Islamic finance, accounting with business, acting, those that want to go into probably film production or movie, you can actually opt in for acting. And also applied linguistics, still much open. Architectural technology, we also have architecture and arts and design for those in the arts department. Also we have automobile engineering, those that are in the engineering department, you can actually key into this. Okay, engineering, automotive engineering, this one comes with placement. Okay, so if you want automotive engineering with placement, you can actually go for this. Also biomedical engineering is still much open. Biomedical sciences, very much open. We also have some business courses that are much open for September intake, which includes business administration top up, business finance, business information technology, business management with supply chain management, business with marketing. Also computer science and data science is much open. Those are the courses that are still open for this intake. So if you want to go for any of these courses, it is still open. So I think the faster you send in your documents, the best for you. Okay, let me go through some of the courses that are still open. Okay, cybersecurity is still open. Criminology is still open, very much open. Okay, digital business, digital film production. We also have digital marketing, which is very much open for September intake. Okay, we also have some English courses that are still open in case you want to go into the education line and want to study more about English language. They are still much open. And also we have some fashion courses that are still very, very open for September, like fashion business and promotion, fashion design, pure fashion design, very much open for September intake. We also have fashion imaging, fashion imaging. I think that one is for the fashion designer. So if you're into fashion line and you want to key into this is the best time to do that. This is actually the best time to do that. Okay, human resource management is still open too. Just pop out of my screen now. It is very much open for September intake. The next school I will be going to is the Montfort University. The Montfort University is located at Leicester. And their deposit is £4,000, and the tuition fee for the Montfort is between 15,100 to 15,600. And the good thing about the Montfort is they have some of the courses have placement. So, but just that you need to pay for the placement, it's not free. So I think it's between 1,500 to 2,500 for placement courses. Okay. So I see some of the questions are coming in. Okay, Becky for ICANN saying, what about master courses in Birmingham? Yes, I just shared out some few seconds ago. So though I'll go through them for you again if you want me to. Okay. So I read out some few courses that are still open for master's program for Birmingham City University. So like cybersecurity, criminology, human resource management, business management, they are still much open. These are courses that are lucrative now. So if you have any course, just send in your options. Then we'll tell you if that course is open for September intake, because not all courses are open now for September intake. I must tell you the truth. Not all courses. So those courses that you think, because you already have someone studying it, or that is your go-to course, no, maybe some of them have closed for this intake. But these courses I just mentioned are still much open. Probably tomorrow or before this week runs out, they might have closed. I don't know. Probably before next weekend, they might have closed. I don't know. But as of today, these are the courses that are still open. Okay, someone is asking, T-Smalls, do you have a school that accepts HND? Yes, we do. We do have schools that accept HNDs. Okay, but for this intake now, most of these schools have closed because most of them are prioritizing BSc applications. Okay, but we can still get you schools that take HND. Okay, so what you need to do is just send us a DM. I will attend to your needs. Okay, so let's go back to the schools that are still open for September intake. We are at the Montfort University. The Montfort, like I said, the Montfort is located at Leicester, and their tuition deposit is £4,000, and the school fees is between 15,100 to 15,600. Okay, so if you are a fan of DMU, that's the Montfort University, just listen carefully so I can read out the courses that are still available for September intake. Okay, accounting and business management, very much open. Accounting and finance, very much open. Architecture, still open. Okay, biomedical sciences, they are still open too. Business administration, still open. Business and data analytics, still open for September intake. As you can see, these courses are also courses that are making sense. Okay, computer network and security system, very much open. So let me go to another. Okay, we also have fashion management, which is still open too for September intake. Have this in mind, everything I'm talking about is September intake, not January. September intake. Everything is for September intake. Okay. Someone is asking a question, what do you mean by placement? Okay, so placement is like in Nigeria what we call COS or internship. Okay, so that is the literal meaning of placement. So after probably after a semester, the school will place you in a company that you work and get ideas and get knowledge of the course that you are studying. Some of these companies don't pay, some of them pay. You understand? So it is actually for your own benefit. And some of them, after your your 1 year MSc, they'll put you on placement for either 6 months or a year. Some of these placements run some of them run for 6 months, some of them run for a year. So it depends on the school and how they have designed their own placement programs. Okay, so these placements they will put you in a company that probably you're studying data science. Okay, so they will place you in a company that is in line with data science, so that you can go there and perfect probably your skills or what you've learned, so that you can even learn more. And that's to put you, to get you ready for the market, so that what you learned, you're going to perfect it. Okay, that is the rough meaning of placement. Okay. So somebody is asking if T-Wealth, okay, if MS Prayer Management is still available. Of course, MS Management is still available at BCU, that's Birmingham City University. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the schools that are still open for September intake. The next one on my list is Liverpool John Moore University. Liverpool John Moore University is located in Liverpool, and their tuition fee is around 13,000 to 16,000 pounds, depending on the course. Okay, depending on the course. Unlike the Montfort and BCU, that their course, in fact, all their courses are the same price. They are the same amount, 16,300. But this one, it is depending on the course. Business courses are different from science courses or engineering courses, and they are different from health courses. So health courses may be expensive, more expensive than business courses. So it is not as if your friend is paying 13,000, you're going to pay 13,000. No, unless you're studying the same course. We are studying different courses, you're going to pay different fees. And the good thing about some of these schools that I've mentioned so far is that they give out scholarship and discounts to international students. Some of them give out discounts for up to £4,000. Some give out discounts up to £2,000. Some up to £1,500. So when you send the DM, we would actually give you the list of schools that gives out discount and how their discount is being given to international students. Okay. So there's no more question. Okay, thank you all for joining. Ashra Samson, can a HND holder in mechanical engineering do masters in UK? Not necessarily in mechanical engineering, but related. Yes, of course, you can go for your masters in the UK, but with HND, you're not qualified to actually do direct masters. Okay, so there's a program called pre-masters, or you can go for a top-up program. That's like a final year of your BSc. After that top-up program, you are now eligible to apply to any university of your choice and any course of your choice. Okay, so you do a top-up program in engineering-related field. Okay, so it's not, they don't give it a name. It's just engineering. They call it top-up in engineering. So after your top-up program, you can now apply to any engineering-related courses, okay, of your choice. And also, if you want to go for pre-masters, so you actually choose an engineering course that is related to mechanical engineering. You understand? So that after a pre-masters, you just go straight to studying your masters. But have it in mind, pre-masters is not free. Okay, you have to pay for pre-masters, and pre-masters ranges from depending on how many semesters you're going for. We have 1 semester, we have 2 semesters, we have 3 semesters. So as the semesters increases, the money increases. Okay, so if you want to know more about this, you can actually send us a DM or talk to one of our counselors, so they can actually put you through on how it works. Okay, thank you. Alabi, too sure, joined. Okay, thank you very much. Olubuki asked the question: can a third class still get admission for September intake? Yes, very much possible, but extended masters, that is what you can get. And we have limited schools that are open for this program. Okay, so we have BCU. For BCU, you can use your third class to get an extended master that will run for 15 months. Okay, for Sunderland, it runs for 18 months. So it's an extension, just like extending your program by probably 3 months or 6 months, because you don't have a direct BSc. Okay, this type of class is like it's not regarded as a full BSc, okay, or like those that has 2-1 or 2-2. So you need to go for extended programs. It is also called pre-masters in some schools, but for BCU and Sunderland, it's called extended master. So with your third class, yes, we can get you a course, but it has to be in a business or management related courses. Okay, so third class will not qualify you to go for any course that is not business or management related in these 2 schools I've mentioned so far. Okay, so but in other schools, like there are some schools in Scotland that take third class for their masters. Okay, but those schools now have closed because they are like hot cake, like Boulevard University. They take third class, they take HND for their masters, but right now they have closed application. In fact, you can't even apply for September intake again for any course. They've shut down September intake. So to show you how overwhelmed most universities are this period, because for God that I know, before now they close application like 2 months to their course start dates, or a month plus to their course start date. They are taking applications, but now they've closed applications. Wolverhampton have closed applications. Okay, Huddersfield, that is a no-go area for September intake. Even some of them, their courses are for January, have closed up right now. Like some of the health courses have closed up. Some of the business courses have also closed up for Huddersfield. So some of these universities are actually shut down for the year. They're no longer taking applications because of the huge applications that are coming in. Because I think everybody in Nigeria now wants to japa. So that is, the application is just hitting them back, front, right, left, and center. So they're just an application from in fact, everybody wants to put in applications. No matter, just put my application first. So that is why, and that is why we are here for you, so that we can actually put you through. So you don't have to be putting applications, you put in applications and getting offers. Someone will put in application and will tell you, for like 2 months now, I put in application, no response from the school, Perhaps, maybe from the students, probably your documents were not properly sent, or not properly scanned, or your SOPs or statement of purpose are not properly written. So some of these things are actually criteria in which they give out offers. Somebody will put in an application today, next week the offer is out. You'll be asking why, but me, I'll put in my own since day for last month. Nothing has been said. Yes, it is possible, very, very possible. Okay, so I'm here to guide you on how to get the documents right. Okay, get it right, so that once your application goes in with the right qualifications and with the right documentations, you can get offer within a week or 2. Okay, so let's go back to the schools that are accepting applications for for September. Sorry. We also have Manchester Metropolitan Universities. We have University of East London. They are still much open. University of Creative Arts, very much open. University of Dundee is very, very open for September intake. University of Dundee is very open, very much open for September intake. So I'll read out some of the courses that are still available for University of Dundee. Okay. So Dundee, they don't have much courses that are still open, but I think there is few. We have few of them that are still open for this intake. Okay. Accounting, management, and strategy, very much open for September intake. Accountancy is still open. Architecture too is open. Arts and humanities still open. Biochemistry still open. Computer science. Computing with international business is still open for September intake. Community education, those for education, still open. Childhood education and practices is still much open. Business management too is still open. Okay, so Let me go to another slide, okay? Educational psychology is still open too, okay? Pure education too is still open. For those that want to go into educational practice, it is is much open, okay? Okay, let me look for some other courses that are still open for September. Finance, pure finance and banking, finance and investment too. MSc Finance and Investment is still open at University of Dundee. So if you are interested in going to Scotland, because University of Dundee is located in Scotland, and their tuition fee is around 17 to 19,000 pounds, okay, and they give scholarship up to 6,000 pounds, okay. So Dundee is a very good place, although it's a very good place, and their scholarship is mouth-watering. So if you are interested in going to University of Dundee, you can send in your applications now so that I can put in application for you and get your offer before the deadline date for University of Dundee. Okay, we also have University of Gloucestershire. University of Gloucestershire is located at Gloucester in England, okay, and their tuition deposit is £3,000. Their tuition fee is around 14 to 16,000 pounds, depending on the course, okay. So if you're interested in going to University of Gloucestershire, applications are still open. Some of the courses that are still available are computing, criminology and psychology, cyber and computer security, cyber security, digital marketing, education, educational leadership, event management, filmmaking, forensic psychology. So if you are interested in these courses, they are very much open for September 2022 intake, okay? So what you need to do is send in your documents and process your application and get your offer as soon as possible, okay? So I'll just run down the list of those that are still, the universities that are still open. So if you want to go to any of these universities, you can send us a DM, then we can give you the list of courses that are still available for these schools or in these schools, okay? So we have the University of Greenwich. University of Greenwich is located in London. They have quite a number of courses that are still open. Like yesterday, some courses closed up yesterday, like international business. They've stopped accepting application for international business for September intake. So that one has closed for the year. So there's no September intake until next year, January. So that's when they start accepting application for international business, okay? So we also have University of Lincoln. We have Roehampton University. We have University of South Wales. University of Sunderland. University of Sunderland, London campus. So both universities are still open. If you want to go to University of Sunderland, the one outside London is still available. If you want to go to the one inside London, they're still available. All you need to do is send us a DM and we'll give you a list of courses that are still available, okay? University of Kent too is open for September intake and it's located in London, okay? So also I want to tell you something about UK universities. There is this thing called clearing in the UK. In UK universities, synonymous with UK universities, it's called clearing. Clearing is like a supplementary list. In Nigeria, we call it VC list or HOD's list. But most is VC's list, you understand? The list that comes dying minutes. The time you think, okay, the application have closed, they stop giving out offers, they start giving out admissions. Those are the time someone will tell you, I got my admission, it's dying minutes. That is clearing in the UK, okay? It's a supplementary list. These schools actually have clearing lists. These clearing lists are those people that are qualified, but they didn't apply on time. Okay, so they are qualified, but did not apply on time. So certain slots are being allocated to them, but not in all departments. It is in certain departments. So if you are qualified and you apply late, you still have a chance of getting an offer. Okay, that is clearing. That is clearing for you. Okay, so if you are qualified, if your documents are on point, and you still want to go for September intake, you can be in the clearing list. That is how good it sounds. Clearing list. So that clearing qualifies you to be part of September intake if your requirement is on point and if your documents are on point. That is why we are here for you, okay? So we'll put you through what the requirements you need, the documents you need to send, and how to send them, so that once you put in your applications, within a week, your offer is out, okay? So that is clearing for you. And also, we fast-track applications, okay? So right now, we'll start fast-tracking our applications for September intake because there's no more time. There's no more time. That's actually true. There's no more time. So we'll start fast-tracking our applications. So those for September intake, if you notice, right, you're getting offers of late. So that is the handwork of our fast track, because we work with this school directly. So they give us priority, okay? So when we tell them this is what we want, this student is actually serious. This student wants to go to the UK. They direct me their payment today. I tell you, you process the application and the offer will come out within a week. That is the work of fast track, okay? So let's go to documentations. What documents are required for us to put in your applications, okay? So the first is your degree certificate. That one is key. If you don't have degree certificates, you can make do with statement of results, okay? Your transcript too is necessary, very, very necessary. You can provide the student copy of your transcript, it is good. You are good to go. Send your transcripts, statement of results, degree certificate. If you can provide 2 of these, then you can use to push in the application for now, so that you can get your offer. Probably when ASU calls off the strike, then you can now apply to get your other transcript. So I'm seeing some questions on the timeline. Okay. Julius Adebayo John, thank you for joining. I am Bash Adeshino, thank you for joining. Chris Positive, thank you for joining. Can I still apply, sir? Oh yes, of course you can still apply if your documents are on point. If they are complete, you are good to go. There's no stopping. We'll just push in application. Yes, sir. Okay. Sammy asks, is there scholarship for UK study? Yes, there are scholarships, but for our schools we have discount. You can vouch for discount, but not full scholarship, like full scholarship, but you can vouch for discount of up to £7,000 depending on the schools, okay? And depending, like University of Bradford, for example, they give their students 5,000. They give Nigerian students, West African students, £5,000 discount out of 18,000 plus. You understand? So it comes with the offer. So once they give you the offer, your tuition fees is about 18 plus. They're minus £5,000. So you're paying nothing less than 13,000 something. You understand? And their tuition deposit is about £2,000. So that's it. And for University of Dundee, they give you up to £7,000 as discount, because they give you, African students have £3,000. Then I think their VC has their own £3,000 to add to it. And also BCU, they give out discount according to your grade. If you score 2-1, they discount for you. You have 2-2, they discount for you. Then there's that 1,000 discount for general, those people that would not score 2-1 or 2-2. But just once you score 2-2 is £1,000. But 2-1 is £1,500 for their scholarship. Okay, so that is for scholarship. Okay, Debo Akintola, thank you for joining. Okay, so let's go back to the documentation. So I stopped at transcripts. So for your transcripts, you can use your student copy to apply, provided when the offer comes out and the request for the original transcript, you're going to provide it. You either send it to the school or you send it to us, we forward to the school. So either way works, okay? And also a detailed CV. a detailed CV, not just CV, a detailed CV. Because most people, when they send in their CV, you see 2021 to 2022, 1997, 1990. No, you have the month and the year has to be there. You can say January 2020 to March 2022, and there must be no gap. If there's a gap, they will tell you to go and fill those gaps. You ask, what have you been doing in between? So it's called educational gap or work gap. So they don't want to see this. They want to know what you've been doing. If you've not been idle, within this period. So they want to know what you've been doing after you finish your education, or probably after you stop working for a particular company, and you want what have you been doing in between that period. They want to know. So that's why your CV don't need any gap. So you need to close all the gaps before sending in your CV. You understand? Even if you send it and there are gaps, we'll tell you to go and fill them so that we can actually process your application, because the period in which tell you to go and do this or do that, limits the time. The time it's getting longer. Okay, that is it. So another question. I have another question here. What is the cost for processing? Actually, the cost for processing is free. We don't actually ask for UK is actually free up to your visa stage. We only charge for dependents. Okay, that is for the visa processing, but for the applicant it is totally free. Okay. Is it compulsory to pay tuition fees before arriving in the UK or UK embassy? I don't understand this question, but before you leave Nigeria, you need to pay your tuition deposit before you can get your cars. Okay, so those tuition deposits are what is required for you to get your cars. Although you can pay more than that if you have the money. In fact, you can pay your full tuition fee if you have the money. Okay, but what is required to get your cars are those tuition deposits I just mentioned some few minutes ago. Okay, so each school with their own different school deposits. Some school will tell you 65% of your tuition fee. Some school will tell you £2,000. Some school will tell you £3,000. Some school will tell you £4,000. Some school will tell you half of your tuition fee. That's 50% of your tuition fee. So your tuition fee is £40,000. Okay, your tuition deposit £14,000 rather. Your tuition deposit is £7,000. You understand? £7,000. That is 50% of your tuition fees. So don't get that. Don't get it. Don't be confused about it. Okay. So don't have any other questions. So let's go back to the documentations. Okay. So I've talked about the CV. Your CV, there should not be gap in between your CV. Probably when you left school and when you started working, or when you stop working and when you get your next job. Those gaps need to be filled before you send in your CV. Okay. So those are the things they watch out for. Also, statement of purpose, also known as personal statement or SOPs. Understand? So this statement of purpose, we actually tell our students how to write these SOPs. We have a guideline that is telling them, okay, this is how to write your SOPs. So I'll read out these guidelines for you. So if you're listening, for an SOP to be effective, to be strong, or they all call strong SOPs. These SOPs, any person that reads it will just fall in love with your write-up. Okay, so at first you start with a brief introduction of yourself, just a brief introduction of yourself. And mind you, this SOP is minimum word for SOPs is 500 words. Okay, so some schools ask for more than that, but the minimum you can write is 500 words. Anything below 500 words, they will tell you to provide another SOP. Okay, so to avoid that back and forth, it is good you just present something that is strong or something that is worth it, so that you can actually proceed with your application. So a brief introduction of yourself, educational background, employment history, which is key. Okay, why you've chosen to study at the university, why you want to go for the master program at this time. Probably you left school year 2000 and you're coming back for a master program in 2022. That's like 12 years. So they want to know why is it that why now? Why not then? Why now? So you need to give them the reason why you want to study your BSc now and not then, okay? And also why you've chosen the course that you want to study, why you chose to study in the UK, okay? Which course modules interest you? You know, in this courses, they have course modules, so you have to tell them the one that, you know, draws your attention. This is why I want to study this course. It is because of this course module. It is in line with what I want to do. It's in line with my career. Okay, so those things need to be on your statement of purpose. And also, what motivated you to choose this course and how it's going to affect you in the future. That's your career path. How this course is going to affect you career-wise. Okay, so if these things are not mentioned in the SOP, they will tell you to go and write it. They need to come down, but you need to rewrite it. And also, what do you intend to do after the program? You understand? So some people, they want to jackpot. Let's just be frank. So, but what you don't have to tell them that you want to jackpot or want to remain in the UK. So one thing you tell them is, I want to return to my home country to put into practice this knowledge that this school has given to me to improve my home country, Nigeria. Simple and short. So if you can go more than that, no problem. But that is what they want to hear, okay? Okay, so those are the things that need to be outlined on the SOP. That are the statements of purpose. Okay, let me go to another question. How much do you need to have for your bank statement? Okay, bank statement depends on what program or what school or which school are you going for, okay? So different schools with their different bank statements. So you don't use the same bank statement you use for BCU for DMU because their tuition fees and deposits are actually different, okay? And for your bank statement, all you need in your bank statement is your living expenses. If you are staying inside London, living expenses inside London, which is £12,006, plus the balance of your tuition fees. When you minus the deposit you paid from your tuition fee, the balance, you now add it to your living expenses. That is how much you need for your living expenses. Let's say, for instance, your tuition fees is £14,000, okay? And your living expenses is £9,006. Inside London, it is £12,006 plus 10,000 because you already paid 4,000 deposit. Okay, so it will be £22,006. That is what you need to be in your bank statement. Okay, so if you are staying outside London, it is £9,207 for those staying outside London. And outside London can be within England or Scotland or Wales, you understand, but not inside London. So there are two. Either you are staying inside London or you are staying outside London. Okay, and the tuition fee, the living expenses for inside London is £12,006, and for outside London is £9,207. Don't get that twisted, okay? So if you are confused on any of this, you can DM us or you can talk to any of the counselors for clarification, okay? So if you are going with dependent too, you need to add your dependent living expenses as, you understand, part of the bank statement, because they can't just be there. You need to add their own to the bank statement. So it is your own living expenses, their own living expenses, plus the balance of your tuition fees, okay? So that is what is required to be in your bank statement. I hope I answered your question. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's go back to the next question. Do we have schools that runs on promotions to reduce cost of tuition? For now, I don't think we have any school like that for now. So, but probably in the nearest future we can, okay? So, let's go back to our documentation. So, I stopped at statement of purpose. So, I just, from the beginning now, we have degree certificates, transcripts, detailed CV, and statement of purpose. So, the next one is the work reference. Work reference, academic reference. The references now, work and academic reference. Work academic reference, the most important thing is the person that is referencing you, that's recommending you to the school. The phone number and the email address need to be there, okay? So if it is not there, we're going to return that reference to you to put in those details, because the school is going to contact them via email or phone number. Okay, and also they need to be on the letterhead. The academic reference needs to be on the school's letterhead. That's a letterhead paper, not on a plain paper, or you just go to Microsoft Word and type in something. No, it needs to be on the school's letterhead. And also your work reference needs to be on your company's, or the company recommending you, their letterhead. That is what you need to. That's what you need to present your work reference. And the person recommending you, the name of the person, the position of the person, the email address of that person, and the phone number of that person, so that if they need to contact the person, they can either send mail or put in a phone call to that particular person to actually answer the question that they are going to ask. We have another question from from Mind Beanie. Do you help in processing? If yes, how much? In processing what? Is it your application or is it the visa? So with this application, of course, we do, and it is free of charge. And with visa, we also do. Thank you very much. So let us go back to our documentation. Okay, so the next one is data page of your international passport. Data page of international passport. It is very, very important. Very, very important. Some people who want to snap their international passport, they will use their hand. They will put their hand and snap. That one is not accepted though. Or you put it on your bed. You snap both your bedspread and your chair and your leg, and you send to us. We send it back to you to go and scan. You understand? So that is not accepted. So if you're sending your document, you need to, the four corners of that passport need to be there. No number should be missing, and it needs to be clear. Not if you are snapping the flashlight, just like my head is shining. The flashlight will be shining on the passport, so that some numbers or this thing will not be there. No, it will not be accepted, because they want the full details that is on your passport, so that they can verify if need be, and so that they can not tell you to go and do that again. So that is that for international passport. And also your WAEC certificate or NECO results. WAEC certificate or NECO result. Okay, if you don't have any of this, then probably you need to write an IELTS test. You understand? Or any other English test that is equivalent to their own requirement, because it is either you present your WAEC result or your NECO result, which has English in it, and the English must be nothing less than C6. For health programs, some schools accept nothing less than C4, some C5, and some C6. So depending on the school, but it must not be less than C6. Okay, both NECO and WAEC. Though some schools accept just WAEC, some schools accept just some schools don't accept NECO, some accept only WAEC. Like BCU accepts only WAEC. Okay, they don't accept NECO for now. Okay, so that is that for the documentation. And also how to send in your documents. Like I said earlier on, you don't need to snap it with your phone and send. If your phone is clear, no problem. But the best thing to do is to send in a scanned document. Okay, scanned document, properly scanned, so that when we send in these applications, they will not be rejected, or they will not be archived, or they will not be left pending. That some people will tell you, I've put my application since 1900 and it has not been processed, or they don't give me an offer. They won't give you an offer because your documents are not well presented. So if you send your documents to us, I will tell you to go and scan them. Please don't be offended. That is, we are helping you so that the back and forth will not be too much. That is why we are here. Okay, thank you very much. So let us take a few questions before we go off. Wale Media, thank you for joining. Okay, if your visa was denied, what next? Nothing, no. You just to go and be looking. Or probably you apply to another school but not banned. If your visa is banned, if you are banned, it's a different case from if your visa was rejected. So if visa is rejected, you can actually apply to another school. Okay, to another reapply to another school, but not within that same intake, okay? Because they will ask for it. They will ask if you've been denied visa. You understand? And they might use it against you. So it is good for you to wait for the next intake for you to be able to make your applications. Though sometimes it might take up to a year or thereabout, but we'll try the next intake so that probably they might take you. Okay. My passport will expire in September. Can I use it to apply? Why wait for the new one? Of course, yes. You can even use the expired passport to even apply, provided the new one is in the pipeline. You understand? So if the new one is in process, if you are processing already, that's if you've applied and you know that within a month, 2 or 3, or before your course start date, you're going to be ready. Of course, you can make do with any passport that you present, as far as it is carrying your passport number, your name, date of birth, and other data that will be needed. You're good to go. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I hope I was able to pass across the message for today about the schools that are still open for September and the courses that are still open. So if you have any question, if you have any inquiries, if you have anything at all to ask, you can actually DM us or send a message to any of our counselors. They will be on ground to assist, okay? My name is Tony, so if you can ask of me, sir, is it possible to know some list of the schools with affordable tuition? Of course. So all you need to do is just send us a message, probably WhatsApp message, or use our DM, okay? So we'll attend to you peacefully and quietly, so that you don't have any problem, okay? Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate your presence. Thank you very much for joining to this live. My name is Tony. Bye.